Here's what happened this week, and I guarantee it's worse than what the headlines read. Twitch flipped a switch that handed every streamer's channel over to Amazon's AI. Your favorite streamer's video on demands, their clips, even their chat, and they did it by default. And when people started asking questions, their own chief product officer said, if it was opt-in, nobody would opt in. They said that out loud in public. Meanwhile, Meta is selling the most popular covert camera on the internet, a pair of sunglasses. And this week, a German rights group filed a criminal complaint against them over it. And across America, people are getting arrested for clapping at city council meetings while the AI factories swallow their homes. They're taking your favorite streamer's channel, your face, and your neighborhood, and nobody asked you. That's the whole episode. Twitch just signed your favorite streamer up for something they never agreed to, and they're really proud of it. Here's the setting buried on every channel's page. Allow your channel content to train generative AI content models at Amazon. And it was enabled by default for every single account on the platform. Streams, clips, and even chat. The whole archive handed over with one toggle nobody ever flipped. 404 Media checked their own account. It was already on. And when they asked Twitch about it, the answer was essentially a shrug. Amazon didn't respond to questions, and Twitch's own press email bounced. The company's communication channel was out of order. Game over. But here's the part that should really make you angry. Twitch pitched this as a favor. They framed it as a benefit, like they were doing creators a kindness by feeding their work into somebody else's model. We'd read the whole settings page and the statement so you don't have to. When I saw the toggle settings sitting there, already on, I realized that was the joke because they knew what they were doing. Their chief of product officer told 404 Media, if it was opt-in, nobody would opt in. That's the company admitting on the record that they didn't ask because they knew nobody was going to use it. They knew the answer. That's the punchline. And this isn't even a new idea for them. Back in 2024, their own CMO said streamer content was already being used in a prototyping capacity. 2 years of planning, one quiet switch, and 0 questions asked. They didn't ask because they already knew the answer. It sucks. It's not a mistake. That's basically a mugging with a few extra steps. And we're not Bruce Wayne. If this kind of thing makes you want to throw something, subscribe. Every Thursday, we find new things to throw things at, metaphorically. The most popular camera on the internet right now is a pair of sunglasses, and the people wearing them, they're not filming themselves. Researchers at the University of Sydney went through 350 Instagram videos of men covertly filming women with Meta Ray-Bans. Gross. And the pattern is ugly in a very specific way. The more covert the filming, the worse the harassment. And in 93.3% of those videos, comments were left open, so the abuse kept rolling in long after the video ended. The BBC talked to a woman who was recorded with these glasses without her consent and then was bombarded with calls. A man showed up to her workplace repeating lines from the video. That's not a text. That's not a DM. He stood outside her job and said the words from the video back to her over and over again. And this week, it went from a social problem to a legal problem. On Wednesday, the German rights group Hate Aid filed a criminal complaint against Meta Ray-Ban, Oakley, and the retailers who sell these glasses, arguing that selling a covert recording camera is a crime under German law. That's a court in a real country looking at the product and asking, how is this even legal? Meta's response was that the glasses have privacy safeguards from the ground up. But the ground up is a camera in the frame, a light that nobody checks or is easily disabled. And worst of all, after the videos are posted, the comment sections, they stay open. And the people who get paid to process all of this footage, they're contractors in Kenya. They told reporters they've seen nudity, bathroom footage, and credit card numbers captured by the glasses. The content moderation pipeline is actually only just watching the content that's being made about you. Meta says they're smart glasses, but the internet named them something else, and it wasn't a compliment. That's not irony. That's just the product working as designed. Spy camera. 70% of Americans don't want AI data centers in their towns. And this year, almost 40 people have been arrested for saying so out loud. One of them was arrested for clapping. Another for exceeding speaking time at a meeting. A town meeting, I think. Nashville City Council just moved to block a $700 million data center being built right next to a city zoo. A Kentucky farm family turned down 10 times their land's value because they don't want their home turned into a server room. And Musk's Colossus site, The big one has been forced to remove 69 gas turbines that were running without permits. In July alone, there were 142 protests across 42 states. That's not a fringe thing. That's a movement. It's the one part of this story where the little guys are genuinely winning, at least for now. The White House and the hyperscalers aren't done fighting back, and they have lawyers and lobbyists with unlimited electricity. The people are winning for now. The problem is they shouldn't have to win a fight they never asked to be in, over a building nobody voted for in a town that never got a say. You don't get to call that progress when you need police to make it happen. That's 3 stories, all one mechanism. Twitch took your favorite streamer's face and mannerisms without asking. Meta built the camera that watches you without blinking. And the AI factories are taking your neighborhoods without a vote. It's been the same move every time. Take first, ask later. Frame the theft as a favor. Want some blankets? Are you cold? No, they don't have smallpox in them. Don't worry. They'll keep you warm. Trust me. They're merino wool. That's why this show exists. We read the settings page. We read the court filings. And yes, even the city council minutes. That's my job. The machines are taking your favorite streamer's archive, your face, and your town. And the consent forms are already signed by somebody else. It's all one mechanism. If this kind of pedagogy is missing from your life, subscribe. Every Thursday, we do it again. See you next week.